Hey!
Australasian harness racing is in for an absolute bonus over the next 2 or 3 months. It all began last night with the Coca-Cola Queensland Pacing Championships and will culminate on the very last day of the year at Alexandra Park in Auckland with the running of the $250,000 Auckland Cup. But all action last night was at Albion Park in Brisbane. Adam Hamilton joins us, and these Kiwis have done us again.
They certainly have, David, not only in all other sports as you've gone through this morning, but harness racing in the open class ranks over the past 2 years, really, the New Zealand have just completely dominated.
Adam, our Sir Vancelot started as the 7-2 favourite, but it was in fact Desperate Comment at 5-1 that took the honours last night.
Yeah, our Sir Vancelot, David, a horse we pointed out going back to the Perth Inter-Dominion back in March as a horse of immense potential, but nothing went right for him tonight. You can see him 3 horses from the outside in the orange and black checks. He does too much work in the early stages. This race was shaped really by the brilliant early speed set by Commander Monty. They ran a breakneck pace. They clocked a 155.7 mile rate, which was only a tenth of a second outside Village Kids' track record set a decade ago now. So it was set up for horses from behind. And one of those horses, very well suited by the early pace, was Desperate Comment. But there were some hard luck stories. We'll pick up David Fowler's call from now, and I'll point out some of the hard luck stories after the race.
Wheeling and dealing out in front with 2 lengths on Speedy Lord, who dropped to the rail. Rainbow Night working overtime, now moves up to be third, 1 off the fence. The former Yankee pacer Island Glow goes through on the inside to be fourth. Fifth, 1 by 1, our Sir Vancelot. And Pocket Battleship, Queensland's chances, caught on a limb 3 wide. He's doing it hard. This speed is electric. 2 away came Smooth Guy, then young Mr. Charles on the inside of Legal Rights, followed by Commander Paul. Desperate Comment second last, and Beefy T, the Western Australian, seeing them all inside the 1100 metres. The first quarter of the last mile in 29. They're on target for big time as they go by the post with a lap to go. It's Commander Monty in front, and Frost is really dictating terms. He's making them chase. Speedy Lord second. Island Glow comes off the rail. He's now a clear third. Smooth Guy is fourth. Some of these are having trouble keeping up with the breakneck pace. Rainbow Night fifth the outside, then young Mr. Charles on the inside of Legal Rights, followed by Commander Paul sticking to the rail. Desperate Comment about to start a 3 wide run. Pocket Battleship, he calls it a night, and Beefy T and our Sir Vancelot begin their runs down the back straight. Next quarter was 28-8, the half in 57-8. Commander Monty came back to them in a hurry. Speedy Lord dashed to the lead, tackled by Island Glow. Rainbow Night joins in 4 wide, 5 wide, and moving up menacingly was Desperate Comment. Our Sir Vancelot just behind them, then Legal Rights, Commander Paul, and dashing around the outside, young Mr. Charles with a good run. Pocket Battleship dropped off, and Beefy T is tailed out down the back in 29.6. Up to the home corner, and Desperate Comment. He moved alongside Island Glow. Rainbow Night is still there, and young Mr. Charles behind them. That's the race. Peter Jones goes for home on this New Zealand campaigner. Desperate Comment, he's first up tonight, but he's going to take out the Queensland Pacing Championship. Young Mr. Charles runs home resolutely. Here's the post. Desperate Comment first, young Mr. Charles second, and Rainbow Night a game third, and Island Glow a good fourth.
Yes, Desperate Comment started at 5-1, young Mr. Charles at 7-1, and third place was Rainbow Night. The unplaced favourite, our Sir Vancelot, at 7-2. Hard luck stories you were going to mention, Adam?
Yes, certainly hard luck story to Beefy T, another New Zealand horse. The familiar tune rings again. He was the horse that struck interference when the race completely changed complexion down the back straight. About 500 metres to run. Beefy T was on the back of the eventual winner, going to be right in the finish, and his driver, Michael Langdon, vowed that he would have won the race. So Beefy T, a horse to follow up on next week. Island Glow, the horse that was mentioned in the call there, he's a North American horse having his first start in Australia. He's only just been out of quarantine for about 2 or 3 weeks. His performance, David, to box on very gamely and finish fourth was a tremendous run, and the other eye-catching run came from Rainbow Night, a horse who did a lot of work in that breakneck speed early and still fought on gamely at the finish.
Well, Adam, most of these will go around again in the Australian Pacing Championship at Albion Park next weekend.
They certainly will, and it'll be interesting, David, just to see how Desperate Comment backs up. It was a tremendous training performance by Cran Dalgetty, his Christchurch trainer, to take him into this race first up from a spell. And history shows with Desperate Comment that he can be a slight concern backing up a week later. So betting will be wide open again next week, despite Desperate Comment's easy win last night, David.
OK, thanks very much, Adam Hamilton. Other dates to follow: November 11, the New Zealand Cup; December 6, the Miracle Mile at Harold Park; and December 31, the $250,000 Auckland Cup. a wonderful few months of harness racing. But now I've been waiting eagerly at the sports desk because there, and Kylie Gillies in canary yellow and looking resplendent.
Yeah, it's pretty I can't sing like one, David. Okay, hello again, everybody.